So I've just finished a very good training session. Deadlifts, bench press, and a 6 count burpees. I've still got a tweak in my back. It's nothing major. I feel it more when I'm sat down. When I'm walking about, I'm okay. And funnily enough, the deadlift didn't really bother it. In fact, after the deadlift, it almost felt better. So I'm not sure what that's all about. But deadlifts felt good today. I could have pushed it more, but with having that little tweak, I didn't really want to go past 200. I was going to leave it 180. 180 me really well. So I thought I'd hit the 200, and then I just left it. And then I decided to do some bench pressing. I was going to give up on the bench press, but I think because my aim is to get a really good overhead press, and I have quite a close grip on the bench, it may carry over and help put a bit of muscle on my arms, and it might help the overhead press. I just did a 5x5 at 90 kilos. What I'm going to do is the same as I'm planning to do with the squats and the press, which is to do 5x5s, and then stay the same weight, change the rep range, so I'll go to a 4x6, and then I will go to a 3x8. If I can manage that, I'll add 2.5 kilo, and I'll go again. So I wanted to put a good burpee session in today. I wanted to get 100, so I got 100. I split these up into sets. So it was 2 sets of 20, 2 sets of 15, and then 3 sets of 10. So the sets of 20, I had a minute's rest between each. The sets of 15, I had 45 seconds rest. And the sets of 10, about 30. I didn't really time the rest on them. It was around 30 seconds. It's the first time I've got a banged 100 out in quite a while, and as you can probably tell, I'm doing this voiceover about 5 minutes after finishing, and I'm still I'm still breathing hard. It's just such a good exercise. There's a reason why the military use them. I think if you don't have any equipment, there isn't really a better cardio exercise you can do with minimal equipment, minimal space. Especially when you're doing like this, the 6 count, so it's a strict press up. They're not like the CrossFit burpees, which is just flop down, jump up. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. They are also very taxing, very tough. But with this, you're giving your triceps a good workout as well. And I first got into these during COVID. I was watching a US Marine called the Iron Wolf. Very, very fit guy. He was doing crazy burpee sessions, and I was trying to keep up with him, and it was impossible. But I started doing these, and they're very addictive. They're really, really can get onto a roll with these. And that little stomach strike I do before each rep, I don't know why they do that, but every guy who does burpees I've seen on YouTube, they all do it. I never used to do it because I thought it was a bit pointless, but I've started doing it, and it's kind of like a pacer. So you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 up, stomach strike, and back down. And very, very good exercise. I always maintain that the greatest little cardio circuit you can do with minimal equipment is the 6 count burpee teamed up with a kettlebell swing. Because if you think about it, it's hitting every major muscle group, and it's also very taxing on the cardio system. You're working your VO2 max whilst working a lot of muscles. I mean, Pavel Tsatsouline says about the kettlebell swing that it is better. The kettlebell swing alone is better than the majority of strength and conditioning programs. The amount of muscles it uses, every muscle on the posterior chain comes into play with the kettlebell swing. And then when you team that up with the 6 count burpee, you're hitting most muscles on the anterior chain. You know, you're bracing your core. You're going down, you're using your triceps, your chest muscles, your shoulders. And because I did squats yesterday, and I'm doing the jump up after the burpee, I can really feel it on the quads as well. And I'm convinced that you could just stay in great shape just doing those two exercises. You know, just doing the swing and the burpee. I mean, you could probably do with some kind of rowing move to go with it, but yeah, you don't need a lot of equipment to stay fit and stay strong. I mean, for me now, it's the squat, the press, the deadlift, the bench, bag work, swings, and burpees. And if that's all I can do, I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Like I say, my focus now is conditioning, maintain as much strength as I can. But, you know, how strong do you need to be? How strong is strong enough? I mean, when do you stop pushing for PBs? The addictive thing about strength training is the numbers, chasing numbers. And then when you plateau, you can get a bit disillusioned and downhearted and start becoming a bit disinterested in your training. I mean, myself, not really myself. I mean, I've always trained. I always will train. If someone said to me now, "You'll never hit another PB again," it wouldn't really bother me. I just love the process of training. But surely there comes a point with strength where it's diminishing returns. I mean, I've heard Dan John say, the strength and conditioning coach, that if you can deadlift double your body weight and you can squat 1.5 times your body weight, then you're strong enough. So I don't know. I mean, one of my goals, which I put on this channel in my description, was to squat 220 kilo by the end of 2026, so another 2 years. I don't know if that is a goal anymore, if I'm being honest, because I know what it takes. I know that I'm going to have to put a lot of weight on to do that. And at the minute, I am leaning out. I can feel it on my belt. I've not weighed myself, but I reckon I've dropped 2 or 3 kilo. I reckon I'm probably 92, 93 kilos now. But I'm not bothered. Like I say, 3 conditioning sessions a week, 2 squat sessions, daily deadlifts, and that's enough. It's a tough session today, but enjoyable, and we'll move onwards to tomorrow.